40 years old, you feel old. Old, I say. Dude, like I used to tell my kids, shake it off. Shake it off. You left it. Woo, that ain't no fun. Ain't no fun at all. Katy Falls, Ouachita National Forest. And I think my wife may kill me. Trying to make a YouTube video here. Hey guys, Ernie here. Welcome to Paleo Hiker MD channel. On a pretty cool road trip today. Just got out of work. It's a Thursday, and I finally decided to get out of town by myself, do a little bit of hiking. I'm heading up to Arkansas to the Caney Creek Wilderness area. I'm gonna do a 3-day, 2-night solo trip. It's about 4 o'clock right now. Finished up this morning's work, got through clinic, and I am en route now. My goal is to get to Hope, Arkansas, which is about 3.5 hours from where I live, and I'll spend the night there. And in the morning, I'm going to head out to the Caney Creek Wilderness. It'll be about an hour and 45 minutes to the Trailhead. Stay tuned. Let's see what kind of fun we can have going up into the Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas. Little tidbit, go through Natchez, Louisiana, go to the Cajun market, get the meat pies. Go figure. So I made it here to Hope, Arkansas. I'm at a Holiday Inn Express. Trying to see if I can shed any weight at all. Just a couple of ounces here and there. I always want to make sure what you're bringing is what you really need. I'll catch up with you guys in the morning when we head out for the trailhead. Actually at the East Caney Creek Trailhead. Here's the creek. It's beautiful here. We are going to be coming in over there, but we're going to head up first for about a 1-mile road walk here up to the Buckeye Ridge Trailhead. So the plan originally was to do 3 days, 2 nights. Right before I got in, been watching the weather. We just had a massive weather system come in through central Louisiana. Came through here last night, and there are trees down everywhere. Beautiful day today, beautiful day tomorrow. But tomorrow night, there is reports of pretty severe thunderstorms possible tomorrow night. So I might call it and just do a one-nighter. I don't mind rain. I love being out in the woods in the rain, but severe thunderstorms, not my cup of tea. I think about 6 miles to about where I'm going to camp. Pretty nice fall colors here. It's hard a lot of times to give good visuals of how far you're hiking, but maybe you guys can tell. We're going up there. The drive on the way in here was nice. The last maybe 6 miles was on a very nice gravel road. All right, make it into the trailhead. Buckeye Trailhead, very nice. Finally off the road. So while we have a second, just got on the trail. Tell you guys a little bit about this trail. This is a loop that I kind of created. I'm not original on it. Many people have done it. Buckeye Ridge Trail down to the Caney Creek Trail, East Caney Creek Trail. And it kind of creates a loop if you do this little 1-mile road hike behind me. The point of this trip was really just to get out, not high miles or anything. The Buckeye Ridge Trail, I think it's about 5 miles, 4.5 miles down, up over Buckeye Mountain. There's no water along this stretch, so I am carrying about 2 liters of water. I do plan on stopping somewhere along the ridge to eat some lunch. So then from there, it kind of goes down pretty abruptly down a valley to the East Caney Creek, and I'll probably stay the night somewhere there along East Caney Creek gonna get down to around 40 degrees tonight. See how that goes. I'll start climbing here in a second. So instead of you guys seeing me suck for air, I mean, we'll find some nice vistas on our way up the ridge. I haven't done a lot of trip videos. That's changing this year. I've gotten more comfortable with the camera and more comfortable doing things. So that's why I'm bringing y'all along. I don't plan on going any more overnights without my YouTube crew with me. So people have been asking for an overnight, and we're starting getting more of them. We started at about 1,200 feet. We climb up to 2,300 feet, roughly, for Buckeye Mountain. So 1,000 feet. Oh, maybe coming out on a little bit of a lookout here. Let's see what we got. First little vista of the trip. Definitely seeing some fall colors. Probably a week from max colors, although there's a lot of pine trees, so none of those will stay green. We are heading up there, so let's go. Definitely nice up here. Got a little bit of cell signal, so send a text to my wife, hopefully it goes through. Do have, as you guys can see, my spot messenger, which is really nice. Recommend everybody get one of those if you're out in the backcountry, because it makes things a lot easier. So rocks now, probably getting close to the top. Just verified that my spot was working. Sent them a message when I got to the car, and they did receive the message, so that's good. Up high here, very nice. It's kind of chilly. Clouds rolling in. Not supposed to rain. Was able to check the weather. Doesn't look any better. So it's a pretty awesome rock formation. Gonna hike right along this. This is pretty classic for Arkansas type trails. A lot of rocks, a lot of boulders, granite. All right, probably less than 100 vertical feet left to climb to the top of Buckeye Mountain. And get some nice views. Okay, so really close to the top here. It's beautiful. As you can see, it's just beautiful. Really nice to be out here, be up here and sweating a little bit. Not in as bad a shape as I thought it would be. It's a good thing. Doing pretty well with my pack. Like I said, I got 2 liters of water, and I didn't really go so much ultralight on this trip. It's really just kind of going for comfort. Pack base weight is, I think, about 17 pounds. And with food and water, it's like 22 and a half. So, look what we got. A walking stick. All right, you gotta go. Walk on your way. Ooh, he's strong. Ooh, there he is. All right, let's go. Oh, sunshine. I think we've gone up as far as we're gonna go up. And there's our view. I'll take it. Just something to think about. If you're gonna come out here, there are no blazes or anything like that, at least that I've seen so far. So far, so good. Really enjoying the hike. Glad to be out here. A little bummed about tomorrow night, but not sure really. I haven't completely made up my mind yet, but I don't know. Somewhere in the next mile or so, I'm hoping to find kind of like an overlook or something that I can stop and get my stove out, make a nice hot lunch. It's pretty chilly. I've kept layers off because I've been sweaty, and especially going up that uphill. But now we're going downhill. I'm starting to cool off a little bit. I didn't bring a lot of clothes. Just passed 2 ladies on a very steep section, like crazy steep section. They were taking their time. Looked like probably a mother and daughter. That's a pretty difficult spot, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't take any video because, kind of weird. That was interesting. It was like several big boulders. You had to kind of go in between them. Straight down. 2 areas you had to literally just jump to a ledge below. Hope they do okay. Last night in central Louisiana where I live, we had a rare, severe outbreak of storms. We actually had a tornado go 17 miles through town. Our house, we have 10 acres and 1,000 trees. A lot of limbs. So we're picking up limbs for 2 days, but we had several larger maple limbs fall near the house. One smaller one landed on a railing. Didn't damage the railing at all. It was just one of the railings on the porch in the back, so got lucky there. All that's, of course, in the back of my mind, being up late the night before. It was actually the night before last. Really making me think about staying the night out here in a thunderstorm. People may think I'm crazy. I'm not. I have a wife, a 9 and a 13-year-old who depend on me, and I'm not going to do anything stupid or potentially stupid to be an extra night out in the woods. What's so bad about enjoying my day tomorrow to the fullest and then going to find a hotel? Now, people have definitely camped here before. You can see why. It's a nice view, beautiful view. But I am going to take off my pack and make some ramen noodles. Trailtopia chicken with broccoli ramen noodles. Bought these in Estes, Colorado, Estes Park. That's going to be lunch. Got the super lightweight titanium BRS stove. We need 1.5 cups of boiling water. All right, we got a boil. I'll pour this in. Get my spork, a little mix. I'm gonna leave this right here. It'll cool off a little bit. And I think I'm gonna make some coffee. Got some Starbucks Via, which is very good. Hard to believe, heavy cream. I'll talk to y'all about that later, but I've got a way to make heavy cream in the bush. We're gonna relax here a little bit, drink our coffee. Excited about this. So this is, like I said, chicken with broccoli ramen noodles. Well, that smells pretty darn good. Does that have chicken in it? Yeah, chicken fat, so. That, I mean, it's ramen noodles, but it's not, doesn't have the, the MSG. Just tastes better. And the broccoli is freeze dried, I think, and it tastes fresh. Just a tip for you guys, if you're going out like this multi-day, or even at the beginning of every day if you're traveling, if you have the opportunity like I do, I put my meal and all my food on the outside of my pack so I can easily grab it when I stop like this. Water's on the outside of the pack. All I have to do is open it up and just pull out my cook kit. It's inside of this. Really, really simple. I don't have to get hardly anything out to sit down and have lunch, which is nice. This is the view from lunch. It's my coffee. Not a bad spot to stop. I'm gonna finish up lunch, pack up, head down to the river, and find some place to camp tonight. All right, so lunch is done. Now the unwelcome task of putting your pack back on. I did get cell signal for just a second, and it said there was a small shower coming. I don't necessarily believe it. Well, that changed quick. I'm literally a minute after my last video there, and just climbed right off the ridge and right into the woods. Really pretty. The fall colors are pretty darn perfect here in Arkansas. Tell you what, you can tell I've consumed probably close to 3 pounds worth of water and food, water in particular, and you can tell the difference. It feels way better. One of these days I plan on hiking probably the PCT. That'd be my goal. That's going to be a retirement goal. It's kind of hard to do when you're a practicing physician. You've got 2 kids growing up. A lot of people will say, oh, live your life, do what you got to do. No, time to, in my opinion, time to hike those long trails are either before you get married and have kids or after you retire. Plan on doing that one day, but that's a whiles away. For now, I'm making a goal of trying to hike more. Obviously bring you guys along. I don't know why. It's time for the introspective part of the video. I don't know why it's so hard for me to leave. house. You know, maybe it's just being a dad and being a husband, feeling like you're the protector. My wife and my kids take off to Oklahoma to see her family frequently. I don't think any of them give it any thought. They're excited to go, and I'm excited for them to go. It's hard for me to leave, you know, even coming up to the day before we left. I mean, I'm really excited, but something inside of me was like nervous for some reason. So anyway, my wife is extremely encouraging. She knows that this is probably just what I need. She really almost pushes me to go. Can't thank her enough for that. Been doing a little research on maybe going to the Great Smoky Mountains next year, driving late, spending a couple nights out there and then driving home. For me, it's a 10, 12-hour drive, but you know, I can do it. I can totally do it. In years past, I would say that was too much and too hard, but going back to what I said earlier, even though I can't or don't feel like I can hike something like the PCT now, I could definitely go on smaller and shorter hikes. And again, it's not a fear of traveling. I mean, we travel all over the place. I love traveling. It's more just a matter of leaving the kids, feeling selfish, you know, for kind of doing my own thing and leaving them behind. And it's a weekend I could have had with my kids, you know. This weekend, you know, I planned this weekend months ago. And since then, several things have come up. My son has a Boy Scout camp out tomorrow night that I'm not going to go to. I'm not going to be there. They have piano recital today that I would normally be there for. And those are the things that crept into my mind as they started to pop on to the schedule. I thought, oh, I shouldn't go. But you know, life is long and hard. Healthcare is challenging. It's not just life or death every day, which of course does weigh on your mind, but it's dealing with families and insurance companies and the government and constant stress and never enough time in the day. You know, just simple things like people showing up late, acting a fool because they want to get seen. They're an hour late and they ain't going to get seen, you know. But then you're so busy that to reschedule them might take a month. I'm rambling. That's part of being out here. I figure you guys may get to know me more and more over time. As I've stated before, I have a lot of plans for my YouTube channel. It's a long-term project for me. If YouTube is still around, I hope one day that you guys will come with me on that PCT hike. Sometimes you just got to stop and look. Look at this beautiful, beautiful country. We're definitely making our way down. I could hear what I think probably was the waterfall back there, so I'm ready to get to camp. It's almost 2 o'clock. My goal was to get to camp around 2. That'll give me about 4 hours to mess around camp. I think there's several campsites right along the river there. I'll find the one that's maybe most secluded. I'd like to try to find one that's a little bit off the trail. Oh, it just slipped. Landed right on my knee. I think it smashed into 1,000 little rocks. That's gonna leave a mark. My left foot slipped out from under me and my right knee just went boom straight into the ground. Yeah. There you go. Oh. That's no fun. Like I used to tell my kids, shake it off. Shake it off. I'll tell y'all one thing I am getting tired of is these walking sticks. Like I think they jump down on you from up and then they crawl up. That was another one. Scared the crap out of me. I don't know what it is. Something that's like crawling up your neck. I'll take them over spiders any day. Any day. It's like a sneak attack. Pretty welcome sight. I see the river and I see where I'm sure the waterfalls are. The Caney Creek Trail keeps going. This little rock cairn right here marks the Buckeye Ridge Trail. And the Caney Creek Trail goes up that way, and there supposedly is a decent camping spot up there. I mean, that spot's really nice, but it's right on the trail, which isn't optimal. What a big old squirrel. It seems to me to be the longest 0.3 of a mile ever. Little waterfall here, fresh water for dinner. Heading down to the very active creek. Like a perfect little swimming pool down there, just about. I think we just found home for the night. It's actually 2 fire pits. Easy access to the water, which is great. It's not too loud. Flat spots for my tent. Here's a fire pit. All I need is some wood to burn tonight for a campfire, and we're good to go. I like this. I have water to put out my fire if I need to. I think I found home. Let's get this pack off and get everything sorted. Here's home for the night. Got it set up. We're gonna get sleeping pad and everything put in. It is pretty close to the fire, but the fire will be died down when I go to bed, so I'll just keep the doors pulled away until I go to bed. Then I'll pop them out and secure them. Other than that, camp's coming together. All right, I'm gonna take my shoes off, which will be nice. So what do we have to sleep with? Well, first is Thermarest Neo Air. Gotta blow this bad boy up. All right, there it is. Oh yeah. In addition, what I've got is my hammock gear. I think it's a burrow. I think that's what they call the top quilt, basically. It's 40 degree with 1 ounce of overstuff, so it'll go here. I also have this. I just bought this. It's a Sea to Summit Thermalite Reactor. It's a sleeping bag liner, which will add some warmth if I need it. I'm gonna scoot over here. I also got this. This is a kit from, I just bought this as well, a kit from War Bonnet. Got y'all a little closer here. So basically, like I said, they're just bungees, and they have these mitten clips, okay? And they attach to the burrow on this little clip right here. Closer view, you can see basically it's a bungee, and it just attaches there and attaches on both sides. So that allows this to kind of not be unruly. I'm going to leave the top ones because I think it'll be easier to get in. You can see this side, I've got plenty of room. I'll put my backpack and my shoes out on this side in case it rains. I'm gonna blow up my pillow and start working on getting some water treated and drink up and hydrate a little bit. All right, so camp is set up so far. Got everything ready in there. Not a bad view, I would say. Not a bad view at all. Feels pretty dry to me. No fancy fire lighting tonight. Just a wax dipped cotton round. About 30 minutes of work. We're ready for a fire tonight. Got our small stuff, bigger stuff, a little bit bigger stuff. This stuff is nice and dry. This stuff's wet, so that stuff in the back will go on after the fire is going well. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'll have a fire going for probably about an hour and a half or two. I don't think I need any more wood than that. Not a bad spot to do a little camping, huh? So let's fill up. I've got this Keith titanium canteen. I'm gonna fill it up. It holds just over a liter, so I'm gonna fill it up and then pour a little bit out because the SteriPen actually treats 1 liter at a time. So this SteriPen is rechargeable. There's no on and off switch. It charges with USB. The minute it goes into the water, it will start to treat. Now people will freak out. Yes, there's a little bit of water from the stream on the outside, but to get sick, you have to have a certain amount of whatever it is, and it's very safe. This will dry off. So you just put this in. It starts to blink green. You just want to agitate the water, so you're just moving it around just a little bit. You can see the light flashing green. And I'm just literally just moving it. That's all you need to do is just, you can even just move the water. You just want to agitate it just a little bit, and it takes 90 seconds. This way of treating your water is awesome. This Steri pen weighs 2.4 ounces, I think. And there you go. You can see it turns solid green, so it's treated. Pull it out. Now I'm going to move that water to my Smart Water and treat another liter and leave it in here. I usually will drink out of this. I'll flavor it tonight with some flavoring with a little bit of energy, and then I will use this to cook with. Here's camp. Up there, have some nice protection from a ridge. Trail goes straight that way and actually on up that way. Not far off the trail, but I don't expect anybody to come by. Now there's no doubt whatsoever my tent is too close to the fire pit, but you know what? I'm tired and I'm lazy, and I'm gonna try my best to not get any sparkies and stuff on my tent. Tune in for the morning when I show you all of the damage to my tent for my laziness. Here's my pack. Just sent another message to my wife and kids. The way this spot works, you can see right now I just hit the OK. That's pre-programmed. I'm able to change these two buttons. This OK just basically sends my wife and my kids a text message that says, I'm doing fine, talk to y'all soon. This one I been accustomed to say I made it to camp, settling in for the night. I already sent that when I got here. It is tracking me as well. It will stop tracking when it stops moving. Pretty cool. It will stop tracking me to help with battery life. Definitely recommend one of these, even though it is a cost. It's worth it. Peace of mind. I don't think my wife would let me come out here unless she knew I was okay. Show y'all this. This is something I bought from Dutchware Gear a while back. Really simple. One little clip. You wrap it around, tie it through, and it keeps your pack off the floor. What I'm going to do right now is kind of make sure, I like to sit down and make sure I've got everything where I need it. It's going to get dark in about an hour and a half. Definitely ticks out here. I'm going to check myself tonight. Really important that y'all check for ticks. Look in your elbow, underarm, the dark places. That's where they like to go. When I get home, I will have my wife check as well. Some places are hard to see, so just something to think about and something to definitely do. You don't want to get some kind of an infection or something funny. And ticks do need to be on you for a pretty, decent amount of time before they can infect you with anything. What I'm going to do right now is pretty cool. I'm going to show you guys something now that I'm thinking about it. This is dehydrated heavy cream. I carry a little Nalgene 4-ounce bottle. And what I do is, and I'll do a dedicated video on this because I know a lot of people will want to see this. I'll put the powder in here. It's about halfway up. I'll add halfway water. And then I will actually take this down to the creek. I'll find an area that's not very flowing, and I'll put it in there. And I'll let it sit in the creek overnight. That'll keep it, one, fresh, but number two, it will help it rehydrate really, really well. If you can let this rehydrate for, 4 to 6 hours, it works way better than if you just do it quickly like I did earlier today. Chores are done, so walking down the river here, checking things out. Beautiful pool here. Be nice to swim in when it's hot. It is cold right now. I do very much like this tent. This is, like I said, the 3FUL. It's just a Japanese knockoff tent, but you can see it's pretty nice. I mean, for $100 basically. It's got the inner liner. See, it's separated from the inside. You can use it just as this. You can also just use it as a bug net, basically, if the weather's really good. But the bathtub is fairly high. If you guys are interested in a full review of this tent, just comment down below. Be more than happy to do it. One comment that I will make quickly: I did seam seal these. They were not seam sealed, and I seam sealed them. Both tie out points. Those are the only areas that I think need seam sealing. I did this other side as well. Just got out of the tent, was just lying there for a while, probably like 45 minutes, reading the book. It's gotten chilly. It's nice and warm in there, man. I'm underneath my down blanket. What I'm gonna do is make dinner. This is what I'm having. Good to go Thai curry. Dude, guys, seriously, try this. I like to leave these rehydrating for a while so that they get nice, so I'm probably will eat in about half an hour. 300 milliliters of water, which I have this. I have it labeled to 60 milliliters, 2 ounces or quarter cup. So 5 of these made up to 300 milliliters. Turn that off. So this is dehydrated coconut milk that you put into here. All my trash goes into a trash bin over here. I'll take care of that. Go Bites Duo works great. Lock it into place. Close this up. Alrighty. What I like to do is I have this koozie, okay, which is what this goes into. I'll just pop it in there. That right there will really keep it warm. It's 5:40, so I can eat at 6 o'clock. I did struggle a little bit leaving, but I'm glad I came out. Life is so busy. Every day is so busy. I don't have cell signal. There's no pagers, beepers, text messages, phone calls. Like I said, guys, this will be the easiest fire ever. We've got some wood down. I've got 2 pieces of wood here. What I like to do is I'll just put it down here, okay? And give it a second. You don't have to be in a hurry. Just give it a second to catch really well. It's going. We're gonna take this entire lump and put it right on top. I say it over and over in my videos, but if you prepare, it's gonna go. So just be patient. It's gonna start to catch. You can even grab some of this smaller stuff and just put it on top. You start to see the flame come through, okay? You want it to come through nice through the first stage before you put any more stuff on. And now it's coming through nice. So you take your next stage and just start putting it on. Grab a couple, put it right on top. It's not gonna go out, guys. Here you go. Haven't touched it, it'll go. We got all this stuff over here to pile on there. Just gonna let that go for about another minute or 2, and then we'll start putting some bigger stuff. Easy, easy. Ooh. If you like curry, it's got a little spice. If you like curry, this is where it's at. Coconut, green beans, rice, cauliflower, peas. Oh man, my drink's over there. Y'all want to grab it? As you can see, the fire has made a huge difference. I had to take off my down jacket. It's just too hot. It makes a big difference in trying to make a YouTube video here. So a little review of the day. Started out at the East Caney Creek Trailhead. Did a little road hike, about a mile, 1.1 miles. To the Buckeye Ridge Trailhead, and then I came up over Buckeye Mountain and through the ridge. Once I got back to the Caney Creek Trail, came west about half a mile, found this campsite. Total mileage today was about 6.5 miles. I started out at 1,250 feet and climbed up to about 2,300 feet. There was some up and down, but that's the max, about 1,000 feet of elevation gain. I also use a program called Geargrams, geargrams.com. Helps me keep my gear, my weights. I will put a PDF file of my final gear list on my webpage as well. I've seen 2 people on the trail today. I mentioned them earlier. I believe it was probably a mother and a daughter. They were definitely backpacking. They had big packs on, plenty of gear. For people that don't like being outside, I don't get it, man. Pretty nice. Whew, on my walk earlier, I saw some more firewood, so couldn't help it. Went and grabbed it, sawed it up, and batoned it down a little bit because I'm going through it pretty quick. And I do want to sit by the fire a little while tonight. It's going okay right now. Got some big pieces on there. I'm gonna put some pieces on this side here. Eating a little bit of trail mix for dessert. Gonna go ahead and get all my stuff into my bear bag and get it lifted up. That includes all the food, obviously. I'm also hanging up the trash because it still has food on it, and just don't want anything to come in and just tear things up more than anything. So I'm gonna hang that stuff now and then sit and chill. It's only 6:38, so probably stay up till around 8 o'clock reading the book, and enjoy the fire, and then settle in for the night. I'll touch base with you guys before go to bed, but it's been a great day. Hope everyone has enjoyed it. And tomorrow morning we'll get up, cook some breakfast, make some coffee, and figure out what to do. All right, guys, it's about 8:15, and I am going to call it a night, read a little bit more, and go to bed. When I'm in the woods, I sleep with earplugs, and I actually hung them in my bear bag, so I have to go get their bear bag down, get them out. Got everything pretty much set, so I'm going to recharge my phone, and I'm going to, got the fires just burning down here in front of me. I'm going to let that burn down, keep an eye on it a couple more minutes, and then get to bed here soon. Feels pretty warm. I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem. I will see you guys in the morning bright and early for some coffee and some breakfast. It'll be either oatmeal or ramen. We will see. Oh, morning, guys. It's about 7:15. Still about an hour from official sunrise, it looks like, according to my phone. It was a pretty long night. As far as my sleep system goes, it's comfortable. I already have it packed up. The Thermalite from Sea to Summit was actually too warm when I put myself inside of it, and then underneath my quilt, it was too hot. I fought with it all night. I'd get little areas that were cold because it got chilly last night. I'd say probably right around 40 or high 30s. I kind of fought with it all night. I just struggled with temperature regulation, I guess you could say. It was between too hot and too cold, so kind of a pain. I did have to get up once around 1 a.m. to use the restroom. Man, the stars were bright, amazingly bright. Yeah, I'm gonna get dressed, gonna go out. I'm gonna try to start a fire up if I can. If I could do that fairly easily. I think just walking around, starting a fire will help warm me up. So let me get all that done, and I'll check in with you guys hopefully soon once I get a fire going, or at least coffee going. I got this nice big old bunch of small sticks. I'm only gonna put half of it on this morning. Coming through pretty good there. Now, if I put too much big stuff on right now, it'll die. But it's still going. Just got to be patient. Much smokier fire, as you can see. Everything's damp from overnight, so you just have to be slower. You just wait till it gets nice and hot, because if you don't, what that heat underneath is doing is starting to dry out that wood on top. It's pretty dry now. I can give it a nice blow. Oh yeah, it's nice and cool. Ready for breakfast. Start putting a little bit bigger stuff. Just throw it on there. It should catch now. And then once this catches, we'll be able to put on even bigger stuff. Just sent a message to my wife telling her I'm good this morning. I think that I'm gonna make ramen noodles. It's cold and that sounds really good. And I'll be around for lunch most likely. I can have my lunch that I was gonna have for dinner and then I'll be heading out today. So at least that's the plan. So let's get some water boiling for the ramen noodles. Then we're gonna make a double coffee. Double coffee. Already starting to warm up quite a bit. When that sun hits here soon, it's gonna be real warm. I gotta break camp down, then pack up my bag. What I plan on doing is heading back down about a mile towards Katy Falls. I'm going to check that out. It should be beautiful because of so much water in the area. I'm gonna have to obviously cross the river twice, at least that I know of. So worst case scenario, my feet get wet. Not a big deal. I got shoes in the car. But yeah, I'm gonna go check out Katy Falls and then just take my time hiking down the river, checking it out as much as possible. I'm not in a hurry today. Like I said yesterday, if I get weather report somewhere along the line and the weather's decent, I'll probably just turn back around and come back out for another night. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But we'll see. I've got pretty much everything packed, you can see right here, except for my tent, which I'm gonna pack right now. Still finishing up my coffee. Looking like a beautiful day. This hat's gonna come off because it's getting hot. It's getting warm already. It's nice to warm up because it was cold this morning. So I'm gonna pack up the tent. I'll show you guys real quick how I pack up my backpack. It's nothing special, but I figure I might as well show you guys. It's kind of hard to get a good vantage point here, but I have my pack hung, and I like to have it hung to get it packed up. Makes it a lot easier for me. Already in here, on one side pocket is my Mama Jumbo tarp, my knife, and my saw. And then on the other side is where the canteen goes. Canteen just slips on the other side along with the trowel. Nice and loose. I suggest you put the side pocket stuff in first before you stuff the inside. My general tips for packing are to put the lighter stuff on the bottom. And then I like packs that have these big mesh areas on the outside, or at least a large area on the outside to put stuff you need to reach fairly quickly. So on the bottom, we're gonna put the lightest stuff. We're gonna start by putting the tent straight in. Next thing is my down quilt, which worked extremely well last night. In between those two, I like to try to stuff my sleeping pad. You just gotta make it happen. And then once you stuff it in, you can kind of move some stuff to the sides. Now my clothes, my down jacket, which I should not need today, and the rest of my clothes bag. Again, stuff that I don't expect to need today. I want to put that towards the bottom. That's the majority of the stuff for the actual inside. Now it's just my food. That's my sleeping bag liner, and on top I'll put my Kindle, which I am glad I brought because I read last night for about 3 hours. Actually, I'll take my Kindle out real quick. I forgot. I'll put my cook kit on top. I always want to have that on top in case I need to get it. And my rain gear. I would keep my rain gear in the front if I felt like it was going to rain, but it's not going to today. I cinched this down pretty well. That's the main pack done. Now everything else goes in front. I already have my rain kilt up front and my pack cover up front. Again, I would put those towards the top of the front if I felt like it was going to rain and I needed easier access. My headlamp goes on one of the side pockets on the belt. And normally my steri pen goes there as well, but I'm recharging it. I'm getting a red-green flash, which I think is low battery. It might have just drained the battery from being cold last night. Either that or it's malfunctioning, which isn't good. I'm gonna go ahead and put my hat up because I'm not gonna need it. I stuffed that at the bottom. This front stuff sack is awesome. My gloves, which I will not need, and actually have not needed at all yet. These are just my coffee kit, first aid kit, hygiene kit. These can go inside, but I'm putting them on the outside because I have room today. They fit super simple. Lastly, on top will be my electronics, my charger. I'm gonna leave it up top. I'm, like I said, charging my steri pen. Right now it's actually hooked up to my phone to try to get it fully charged for the day. So that would go here. The food that I'll use most, which is trail mix and some energy stuff, will go right up top. Probably my favorite piece of gear I take on every trip is this little sit pad. And last, just in case it does get cold, I'll usually keep something. This is my North Face synthetic shirt. And I'll just strap it right to the top here. The only other thing that goes on is my water bottle, which I'll put on here. This is really nice. It's a Z-Packs water bottle holder. Costs a couple bucks, it really works. Here's the pack. Here's that little Z-Packs clip for the water. You can see you just put the water bottle right here. Fits many water bottles, mainly the Smart bottle. I'll just use this little bottom bungee. There you go. Just use this little bottom bungee to hold it on there. Again, these bungees come all over this pack, which is really nice. Packed up, ready to go. Really important, 2 things. Make sure you check everything. I'm just gonna look around really well. Got a lot of little bits and pieces, and a lot of these little bits and pieces are expensive. So pretty sure I got everything, but double check. So we're gonna head down the way. I'm gonna be moving slow today. My legs are feeling it. I think the downhills are gonna be a bummer. Luckily, it's not a lot of downhill. There's some uphill and downhill, but nothing like yesterday. So fire is out completely. Put some water on it a little bit earlier to make sure. Been a nice little camp spot. One last view, guys. Right along this river, or the creek, East Caney Creek. And yeah, let's head down the road. We're gonna be going east on the Caney Creek Trail and eventually head back to the car. Even in just the first 10 minutes, my legs are feeling better. They're slowly loosening up. There's no doubt that this trail to the west of the Buckeye Trail is less traveled. I mean, it's well marked, but it's less traveled. In case you're wondering how beautiful it is, mountain up there, just beautiful. Haven't seen any wildlife yet. Didn't hear anything last night, other than, of course, your walking sticks and daddy long legs. All right, so if you're coming out here, you're looking for this rock cairn right here. We'll come back here in a little bit and go straight to head towards the car. But we're gonna head back up the Buckeye Trail to check out Katy Falls. Let's go up there. This is the little spur trail that I believe goes to the falls. I absolutely dropped my pack off. Well, I will say, definitely worth the semi-precarious hike down. Come down over here, get a better shot. Get down low here for you guys. That's nice. We'll do a little time lapse action. Cut to the time lapse. Probably won't do it justice, but I'm going back up there. So, camera away. Make sure I don't kill myself. That's pretty awesome. Katy Falls, Ouachita National Forest. All right, so I got 2 choices, I think. I mean, I could just walk through. I could try to walk across these, but I think what I'm gonna try to do is use that little one there to those and across. Wish me luck. Only one shoe got completely submerged. Okay, I gotta find this trail. I don't see it very good. If you get your feet wet crossing like this, guys, don't worry about it. Especially early in the day. Your feet will dry out. And if they don't, it'll just be a little cold tonight. It's all good. Well, not expecting this. We got a pretty clearly marked trail that way and a very clearly marked trail this way. I'm gonna stick to over here, close to the river, because I think that's where we go. I think I see what might be a campsite, so maybe this is just a little spur to that campsite. Let's see. In case you're wondering, look at this place, right on the water. Really big, really nice. Trail should be over there, but even comes complete with a fire grate. How about that? Let's go check out the river. This is Arkansas. Beautiful. The ridge line up there. Looks like a pretty nice little waterfall over here. That's not bad at all, guys. Check that out. I hope y'all can appreciate just how crystal clear this water is. It's just amazing. These awesome cliff faces. think I may be coming up on another creek crossing according to the GPS. Definitely looks like a creek crossing here. I'm guessing that the trail goes over there, but there's a couple of logs over here. The trail kind of seems to go right here, so that log looks pretty intact. But if I fall in there, I am in, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Made it across. Did not have to get wet. Definitely the trail over here. This is going back. That's kind of fun. I could hang on to a little branch till about halfway, and then I just had to go for it. Could have easily made it here and just got my feet wet. Oh no, not this guy. No more feet wet for now. Coincidentally, there are 3 more creek crossings. So we'll see how lucky I get down the road. Not good. I just discovered that my spot messenger somehow fell off. So I'm gonna have to go backwards. And boy, I bet you I'm gonna have to go all the way back to 2 crossings because I bet you it fell off when I slung my pack on. And that's been a ways back, so ugh. I'm trying to decide whether to drop my pack, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just going to carry it. I don't think I'll be able to cross this without getting my feet wet, so I don't think I can go back on that tree. So I'm going to put up my camera for a while. I'm going to start searching for my spot. I cut a big stick and used it for balance, and it worked very well. I'm glad I reached down. I reached down to send my wife and kids a message that I'm doing okay, just a regular kind of 2-hour check-in. It wasn't there, so I guess it could be worse. I could have gotten back to the car. Did just pass 2 hikers who went to the falls but didn't see my spot, which is a bummer. I was kind of hoping they would have it. But if I don't find it, I'll go through that route. And if I still don't find it, I'm done looking for it. Should be getting to where I pray it is. Oh man, this is where I put my pack, right here, and I thought it might have flown up there. Let me give it a good look, and if not, we'll head back and keep rolling. I'm just gonna go real slow, scanning side to side, looking for something orange with a green light, and hope I find it. You know, you cannot make this shit up. Sorry, excuse me. Let's keep it G. You can't make this stuff up. It's right there. It's right there. Oh well, I found it. Let's be thankful. I found it. I'm gonna filter some water and eat something because I'm pretty hungry all of a sudden. I'll utilize this campground for that and head back down the road. I'm honestly kind of blown away. I feel like an elf came and put it back on my pack. I looked, well, obviously it was hanging there. I strapped it back on good. You know what? It's more mileage, more time in the woods. Funny story. And I still have my spot. So let's fast forward to where we were before we thought we lost the spot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. For a split second there, I thought about just placing the spot somewhere and walking up on it. Got what happened. You can see right now I have it hooked to this clip right here. I can see it. I had it clipped to this clip way up here. I just couldn't see it. I was used to it being down here where I could see it because that's the way I hiked with it all day yesterday. So when I looked down there, I didn't see it. It really was there all along. There's still the fairy theory, but I doubt that. But that's what happened. I knew that I couldn't miss it if it was right here. I mean, I wasn't that crazy. Thought I'd share. I'm not crazy. I have this really strong sense of deja vu right now. It's like I've been here before. Weird. Just past 4, look like college kids heading in for the night. I asked them if they checked out the weather. They said it's supposed to be a really cool storm tonight. I asked them how bad. They said severe thunderstorms, high winds. All right, I am back. This is about where I turned around. So it feels good to be on virgin ground again. One good note is none of those people had their feet wet. So I think the 2 creek crossings up here are probably pretty easy to do. I walked right over to the log, got the stick I'd cut earlier and walked right across. They looked at me like I was some kind of a backpacking god, because then they all just followed and did what I did. So it's pretty funny. Half of them had already gone across just walking. They were not happy. And this is more like what I was hoping. Now we're walking right along the creek. A beautiful, beautiful, beautiful creek coming down, a waterfall. Just perfect fall colors. Looks like the trail might just kind of run along. I'm not on the trail right now, but it might just run along this right now, so it's kind of nice. Whew. I can see why the majority of people hike this trail. A, it's very flat. And B, it runs right along this beautiful creek. The hill isn't anything like yesterday, but it still hurts, especially when you're more tired. I think we have 2 different climbs of about 200 to 300 vertical feet. So it's not terrible, but this is only the first of those 2. I'm gonna have to get across that creek somehow or another, right? We'll see if there's an easy way across or if we're getting wet. Just beautiful, guys. 2 pretty big creeks coming into one. Nice little fast waterfall there. Up here, plenty more waterfalls up the way. So very cool. I don't see the trail for sure, but we'll cross and then figure that out. Actually, super easy for us. Right here to there to over there. Here we go. Make sure this is straight. Simple. Took my pack off for a second. Trail's right up there. Just gonna rest for 10 minutes, let my body rest a little bit. A little tired. Probably treat some more water, finish off what I have, because I don't want to get dehydrated. So we'll do that. Not a bad place for a rest, I would say. I'll tell you, that Steri pen works great. Just grab some clear crystal water, treat it 90 seconds. Don't have to carry more than 1 liter at a time, which is really nice. So remains beautiful as we come to the end of this. This down there, I'm sure, is probably at least part of the creek. Ain't gonna lie, guys, a little low on energy, feeling it. Probably would have stopped to eat by now, but I can eat out there as long as the weather's still bad, which I expect it to be. I'm pretty close now. I've got what's written as 2 more crossings, so we'll see what happens. But I'm not far from the car at all. I'd say less than a mile, but I'm going pretty slow. Just my legs are tight, my calves are tight, so I'm just taking my time. On one of those uphills back there, I started to cramp up a little bit, so I stopped and drank a bunch of water. And that's actually just before I filled this thing back up. So anyway, let's see. Should be getting to the water here momentarily. Well, obviously I'm back in the car, which is nice. I didn't film the end there because there's quite a few families here at this last little crossing. And I actually ran into that mother-daughter team that I saw yesterday, and I passed on that really steep section. They did stay near the falls, so I'm gonna head down the way, see if I can get some cell signal, check the weather. Unless this video keeps going, I think this is gonna be it. So stay tuned for a couple of things. I am gonna do an after the hike kind of video, maybe do that tonight in the hotel room. Just things that I've learned, again, trying to teach as much as I can and just share my experiences. Different things that I've learned about this trip and about my gear and about certain things that I'll put together. And yeah, guys, it's been a great trip. Really enjoyed my time out here at the Caney Creek Wilderness. If you liked the video, click that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up. Really helps spread it across YouTube. And stay tuned for more videos here on Paleo Hiker MD. Hopefully going to get out more and more this year. Thanks, guys.